We are live on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn and Twitter and here, there, everywhere. Basically, what we are going to talk about today, and I have it dark in here. I've got my front light off simply because it's hot. It's hot in here. What we're going to do today is we are going to talk about finding the money, which is my favorite thing to talk about. And the favorite thing to do is to find money in just weird and unique and off the beaten path places that literally something anybody could do. So what we are going to do today is we are going to take a look at some different opportunities that are out there and how we can potentially monetize them. So how can we find the money? The easiest way to find the money is to take a look around you. Everyone has purchased something. I know that there will be claims that I've never purchased anything, but you have access to the internet. You are looking at me through a phone or a tablet or a laptop, however you're connecting. Um, so you've purchased stuff before, and instead of making it difficult and trying to pick the perfect niche, because there's no such thing as the perfect niche. The perfect niche is the niche that you start and you're consistent with. A lot of people out there are trying to find the perfect niche. They're spending a bunch of time, energy, effort, just wasting time. That's basically what they're doing. They're spending a lot of time, energy, and effort wasting time. And so, what I encourage you to do is I encourage you to take action. Don't just do the research, okay? Doing the research means absolutely nothing if you're not going to take action on this, all right? So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about all the different opportunities that are out there to potentially find the money. One of the easiest ways, like I mentioned, is to take a look around. Now, what I'm looking at right now is I'm looking at a bunch of monitors. I've got 3 monitors here. I've got lights for YouTube set up. That's all stuff that you could create content in for you. If you have, let's say you have a purse or a wallet, or, if you're wearing clothes right now, that's all stuff that you could create content and potentially find the money. In 2023, that's the year that we're in 2023, you want to be successful online, you just go out and find one problem and solve that one problem again and again and again. That's all you have to do. It's really as simple as that. It's not easy. I don't want you to believe that it's easy, because if you've never done it before, if you've never been successful online, you're going to find it challenging and not easy. So what you need to do, and this is real simple, find one problem and solve that problem. If you can do that consistently over a sustained period of time, you can be successful online. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to look you're going to look at the stuff that's around you. The next thing that you can look at is obviously stuff that you've purchased. You can also look at your hobbies, so things that you like to do outside of work. In fact, you can even look at work. Whatever you do at work, offline, you could bring that to online and be very successful. I say this all the time. My next door neighbor is an accountant. What he could do is, um, he could take what he does offline for his job, and he could create content about that. There are people on TikTok and other social media platforms. They are creating content about Excel spreadsheets. Yes, they're talking about Excel spreadsheets and they're building a following. How could you monetize Excel spreadsheets? Well, that's simple. Google actually has an affiliate program. You could also sell different templates. Maybe you create Notion templates, or maybe a budget planner for people that want to get their affairs in order. Maybe you create it and sell an ebook. If there are other things out there that can help them with budgeting, maybe there's a budgeting course. You could actually either create a course or you could promote someone else's course. But it's literally all you have to do is find one problem that you don't have to love it. You just have to be willing to talk about that one problem over a decent period of time, or know enough about it where you can create content. It's really as simple as that, and this is literally something anybody can do. As long as you are consistent and persistent, you can be successful online. A lot of people struggle because they start something and then 2 weeks later they feel like they're not getting any success or they haven't made any progress, then they stop. I was totally going bye before I could open it. Possibly could you resend it? I don't even know what that is, what he's talking about. Anyway, let's talk about other ways that you can find problems. You can look at the news. Over the last week, yesterday, for example, if you're an NBA fan, if you're a basketball fan, NHL, football is always around the corner. Even if you don't like professional sports, maybe you have a child that is in Pop Warner, you have a child that is in middle school or high school football or sports, you could create content around that. In fact, there's a TikToker, she talks about being a mom of a traveling baseball team. I think that's a really cool opportunity that you could potentially monetize if you wanted to. If I were her, I would say, okay, maybe partner with hotels.com and then say, hey, look, if you're a traveling baseball mom like I am, I book all of my vacations at I book all of my traveling stuff at hotels.com. I'd also put together maybe a list of a traveling checklist, things that you need to include every time that you go to an away tournament. There's tons of ways, if you think about it, to be successful. What she could do and what you could do is sit down and think about what goes into a traveling baseball tournament as a parent. Obviously, you need fuel, you need lodging, but is there a cooler that you take? If there's a cooler that you recommend, you could recommend that cooler to other moms. Because what you have to realize with the internet, there's always going to be someone behind you that doesn't know what you know. You may think that you're not an expert in anything. You may think that you're not smart in anything. But in reality, you don't have to be an expert in anything. You just have to have life experiences. Like that lady is not an expert in traveling baseball mom. I don't think you could be an expert in that. But she is an expert. She does have enough knowledge where she could pass it on. For example, my kids aren't old enough to have traveling baseball. And so what you could do, I'm homeless, but only got a phone. What could I do to make money? So that's a really good question. You have a phone, you've got an internet connection, you have everything that you need to get started, Israel. What do you know? Who can you help? Who can you serve? What in your life experiences could you share and teach with other people? That is really as simple as that. I'm sure you've gone through tons of events. Hi, Cam. I'm sure you've gone through tons of situations and events where you could teach somebody else what you know, teach somebody else what you've learned. Think about, again, that traveling baseball mom. She sits down and figures out everything that goes into going to a tournament, an away tournament. She probably has 4 or 5 different ideas that she could potentially monetize. And you can do the same. If you are, I don't know, any idea, I'll give you another example. My son recently started T-ball. And so I don't know what needs to happen with T-ball. I played T-ball, of course, but when I was 6 years old, I wasn't thinking of it from the perspective of a parent. I was thinking of it from a perspective of the kid, obviously. And so what did I have to do? I know how to make money, I think. You invest. Well, yeah, that's one way. You could teach that to other people. And then, but see, the thing is investing is a large topic. You should niche down and look at different aspects of investing. Are you talking about stocks? Are you talking about bonds? Are you talking about, exchange traded funds? That's something that you also have to consider when you are looking at an area that you want to help people. Okay. Getting back to my example, my son just started T-ball. I've got to go to the internet now and I've got to figure out what he all needs for T-ball. I've got to get different supplies, a T-ball set. I got bases. There's special T-balls out there. There are different size T-balls and different size softness. And so since I didn't know that, I had to go to the internet to learn that information. And there was somebody on the other side that was monetizing that, making money from that. So really, if you think about things that you go through on the daily basis, there is so many opportunities. If you have a car, if you get in a car, if you drive a car, there's so many opportunities there. One of the things that I used to do is when I had a Camaro. I had a six-speed Camaro. I used to wash the car a lot. Like every weekend, I'd drive it on Friday, Saturday, and then I'd wash it on Sunday. There is a lot of money inside of car care, and there are tons of ways to monetize it. Whether you are an affiliate for a company like Chemical Guys, whether you're an affiliate for a company like Advanced Auto Parts, there are lots of opportunities. Maybe you decide to drop ship, or you decide to like private label different supplies. There are lots of opportunities out there. Again, and that's just thinking about things that I did and experiences that I went through. And anybody can do this. You don't have to. And here's the beauty of digital marketing, internet marketing. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking that the only way to be successful with internet marketing and digital marketing is promoting courses, and that couldn't be further from the truth. I've been relatively successful in other small things that people buy every day. For example, like microwaves. I have a blog on microwaves. I have a YouTube channel on security cameras. Those things people are buying every single day, and they're buying them in masses. In fact, because the U.S. is driven pretty much by fear, security cameras tend to get purchased more. With the election cycle coming up, I expect to see a boost in both my YouTube channel, my blog, and my commissions. But again, think about all of the things that you encounter on a daily basis. And a quick story about that security camera, how I came across that. And I actually did a TikTok video on it earlier today, which reminded me of that. So we had just moved into this new subdivision, and there were kids up at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and they were walking around the subdivision. Some of the houses in the subdivision were unfinished. And so kids were walking into those houses and, taking stuff, breaking stuff, doing all sorts of stuff, what kids do in the summer. And so what I did, because I didn't want that to happen to me, is I actually went over and started doing research on video doorbells. And then that led me to do research on the differences between wired and wireless security cameras. And then eventually I realized, like, hey, look, there's a lot of stuff out there that people want to know but don't know when it comes to security cameras and video doorbells. And so what I did is I started a blog and I started a YouTube channel about security cameras. Now, one of my videos about security cameras, yes, $200 security cameras, my most viewed video on that YouTube channel has over 250,000 views. Now, the reason why I like to talk about that video is because that YouTube channel has 1,200 subscribers. Okay. It doesn't have a ton of subscribers. People will tell you that you have to have this huge following to be successful with digital marketing. And I'll point to that video and say, this video has over 256,000 views, and that channel only has 1,200 subscribers. So anyone that tells you that you have to have this huge following to be successful doesn't know what they're talking about. They have no clue what they're talking about. They heard someone else say it, and so they figured they would parrot it. Okay, but that's the cool. Anything that you go through, a marketing based on experience. Hey, thanks for the follow. Nancy, thanks for the follow. Another experience, my microwave. The buttons on my microwave slowly stopped working. And what I had to do is I had to do research. Because it was a microwave that went inside of a cabinet, or was attached to underneath the cabinet, I had to figure out the different sizes of cabinets. I then had to figure out the different types of microwaves. Did you know there are different types of microwaves? And so I started doing the research, and then I realized once again that there was a lot of opportunity in microwaves. So you could create content about microwaves, and one of the things that I created were like the best microwaves for dorm rooms. That did very well when that came out. And anybody can do this. Your experiences gives you the knowledge that you need to create content and be successful. Now, the cool thing is, especially for you if you're looking to just get started, is I did all of this before we had short format video. So, this was I don't know, 6, 7, almost 8 years ago at this point, where we didn't have TikTok. Excuse me. We didn't have TikTok. We didn't have YouTube Shorts. And so I did this with YouTube. I did this with blogging. And now that there's TikTok, you have an even greater opportunity to find different ways to monetize. But yeah. Any questions? Any questions, comments, concerns, disagreements? And the most important thing that I tell people is to just get started. Do not spend weeks. Don't spend weeks trying to find a niche, because people that do that research for that long will always find something that will interrupt them. You know, life gets in the way, family gets in the way, work gets in the way. And then they wind up, hey, first time, welcome, Celeste, I believe that is. Welcome. Do you have any questions for me? Don't spend so much time doing the research. I know that sounds counterintuitive. Make a decision. And one of the things that really helped me with my business is, you know, how quickly you make a decision. Okay, I see this as an opportunity. I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to attack it. And instead of sitting around pondering it, if it will really work, you need to be taking action to make it work, because all of it will work. There's no such thing as the perfect niche. There's competition. There's already people in every space. So don't waste your time trying to find the perfect niche. My niche is not a money-making niche. That's my brick wall. What's your niche? Because if products are being bought and sold online, it's a money-making niche, okay? If you are doing sewing, that's a money-making niche. Crocheting, all of that stuff. If people are buying it, if money is exchanging for that good or service, it's the niche that you can do. Homeschool education, I'll break that down. What's required for homeschool education? And for someone that's just getting started with homeschool education, so say like, let's take me for example. I have a kid, my son is getting ready to get into kindergarten next year. So let's assume that I make the decision that I want to have my kid go into homeschool. I don't want to send him to public school. I don't want to do private school. I want him to do homeschool. What are the things that I need to know as a brand new person getting to homeschool? What do I need to know? What are some of the things that I'm going to need to buy? A perfect example, would you rather watch a tree go? Oh, good one. That is original. Unfortunately, Nathan, you lack originality. So that was a funny joke, 10 years ago when the internet first started? But I mean, everybody's a little bit slow. So I guess that's the best you can do. These are one of the guys that hop on to the lives that beg for attention because they can't find attention in real world. And so they come on, they hop on, beg for attention, and then they log off and go back to the real world where no one will give them the attention that they seek. Anyway, if we continue on, think about all of the things that are required for homeschool. And a couple years ago, research curriculum, visuals, and typical school supplies. Yes, perfect. So a couple years ago, our older kids were going into virtual learning. And so I'll just give you a quick rundown of the stuff that we purchased because they were homeschooling. We purchased desks. We have twins, so we purchased 2 sets of desks. We purchased, as you mentioned, school supplies. We had to have a webcam. We had to have a microphone. We had to actually, my wife went and purchased like stuff to hang on the wall to make it feel more like a school. But if you break that down, research curriculum, visuals, so break down what are visuals. Do they need whiteboards? Do they need, and break down school supplies? And there's opportunity there. What you could do is you could create a checklist of every single thing that they need to start homeschool. And then you could find out, and you could give that away for free. And then you could include affiliate links to all of those different supplies. But homeschool, I think, would be a very good niche. Think about all the stuff that goes into homeschool. With regard to school supplies, pens, pencils, notebooks, all sorts of stuff. So I wonder how large, I'm going to look at this. How large is the homeschool niche? How large How large is the homeschool industry? The checklist is the free giveaway. I never thought of that. Thank you. You're welcome. So yeah, just like that, you give away that checklist with the 10 things or 15 things that they need to start as a homeschool parent. That works out. So let's see, homeschool students 5 to 17. Let's see, I'm just trying to look at the industry size real quick, but homeschooling statistics. And then what you could also do, I'm sure, is, for example, they might need different websites like ABCYA, for example. Go and find different companies that will pay you for recommending those apps and all of that stuff. That's another option as well. Let's see, homeschool is, let's see, hopefully they make it easy. Exciting period, 15 to 30% spoke school. 9 million students have been homeschooled at least once. Homeschooling definitely would be good. I did it once for my son and couldn't find any information. So yeah, you provide a bunch of information and you might have to break the information down by state. And then you actually include all the stuff that they need. I think a big one would be desks. Desks are expensive. Yeah, and any other, like if there's requirements for gym or all of that stuff. Yeah, I've started that journey. ABC Mouse does and few. So yeah, there's lots of opportunity out there, Nancy. It's just going through and taking the little steps to get prepared. That's not the fun part. That's not the sexy part. Doing the stuff like finding companies to work with, putting together a checklist, that's not the fun part, and that kind of takes up a good portion, at least in the very beginning. And then once you have a good idea of what you're doing, you build out an email list and you can send out emails. Also, too, you probably want to break down the journey by age range. Are the people that are just getting started at kindergarten for homeschooling probably have different needs than the people that are in high school, 16, 17 years old. But I think there are lots of opportunities out there. You just have to say, I'm going to make this work. Okay. And it might be difficult in the very beginning because I'm here to tell you it's simple. It's not easy. Being successful online, I know everyone wants to tell you that it's, as easy as doing that, but it's not. If you've never hit a milestone before, if you've never made your first dollar online, it can feel like it's impossible. However, once you do it, it's simple. You don't even think about it. In fact, you're disappointed when you don't hit that milestone daily. Thanks for the likes that are coming in. I appreciate it. Any other questions out there about, finding the money is what I like to say. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. But yeah, there's so many opportunities out there. And I like to tell people, start with, you're welcome, Nancy, start with inside and work your way out. Look at the experiences you've gone through. Look at what you do all day. So if you're a stay-at-home mom, that's another opportunity. You're a stay-at-home dad, stay-at-home parent. Think about all the stuff that you go through as a stay-at-home parent. I'm getting ready to enter into summer vacation. And so now I got to figure out a way to placate 3 kids 3 days a week. I think 2 days a week, 3 days a week. I don't know. And so I'm going to be looking for different outdoor activities. You're right about the different niches. Yeah. As a parent, I need to figure out how to keep my kids entertained and educated so that they're not watching TV and they're not playing video games the entire summer. And so what you could do if you are a content creator, you could come up with different activities that are geared towards people that have their kids for the entire summer. Then you could recommend different websites like Hobby Lobby. Let's say you recommend arts and crafts, recommend Hobby Lobby. And then put your affiliate link in. People click on your affiliate link. Someone like me, I buy the arts and crafts, you get paid a commission. The opportunity are in your life experiences. Yes, document. Yes, exactly. Document, put in the chapters and market. Yeah, exactly. What's going to be big going forward, especially with internet marketing and digital marketing, is how well you're able to market yourself. Because it's great that you can, and this is going to be probably exacerbated by AI, because right now everybody, the gold rush is to do AI, to do faceless content with AI. We are going to want to talk and be with people and see people more and more, because we can't tell between AI and the real world. So if you can monetize your real life experiences, something AI can't do yet, that's where your area of opportunity is going to be. Hey, thanks for the share. But yeah, anything and everything. If you want to start a YouTube channel, track your journey to start a YouTube channel. In fact, that's a great way to grow a YouTube channel. One of the funny things that I see on TikTok is a lot of people will say, a lot of people will be TikTok or social media coaches. And one of the best ways to grow on TikTok is tell people how to grow on TikTok, which I find kind of funny. Anyway, monetize your experiences. Think about what you do all day. Think about things that you've accomplished. If you graduated from high school, you graduated for college, people behind you want to know what it's like. People want to know what to expect. And if you can share that with them, you can be successful online. If you are in the gaming space, I love talking about gaming because I used to game a lot. And in fact, I still have my PlayStation 5 controller right here. This is I have a different one too. I don't know where that one is. But what you can do is you can teach people how to do something within the game. A lot of people make the mistake of doing like let's plays and just general playing, but you have to, within gaming, teach them something, help them achieve a goal, and you can be really successful. I'm just looking around the room trying to think of all the other stuff, but there is so many opportunities out there. And the best part is most of the opportunity is outside of teaching people and telling people how to make money online. That's what I enjoy. Yeah, so much opportunity, and I think a lot of people have this fear or roadblock that the only way to be successful online is to tell people how to be successful online. And in fact, that's a very small part. That's like what do they call it? They call it the vocal minority. They are loud about it. We are loud about it, I guess. But there's so many other opportunities bubbling under the surface. One of the things that I talked to one of my coaching students about is telling people and teaching people about what your dog can and cannot eat. So, for example, people are going to the internet and they want to know, can their dog eat strawberries? Or can their dog eat blueberries? And so what you can do is you can create content answering that question, can they eat blueberries or strawberries? Now, I'm sure you're wondering, how could you monetize that? There's a bunch of different ways. First of all, if, for example, a dog eats something that they shouldn't eat, the dog owner is going to want to call a televet or an online veterinarian. You can make money getting people to call there. It's called cost per lead, or CPA, commission. I've lost it. Commission per action, cost per acquisition. And so what you can do is simply do the research. People are asking, can dogs eat strawberries and bananas and fruit roll-ups and all sorts of stuff, right? You create content, whether it's a TikTok video or a blog post answering that question. And if the dog cannot eat that thing, maybe it's a microphone, you say contact the veterinarian. Yes. Cost per click is different. Cost per click is if you're running like paid ads. I'm talking more like cost per acquisition or cost per action. In this instance, the action is going to be the dog owner is going to pick up the phone and call this televet or online veterinarian. And if they generate a lead, so they enter in their name, their email, and their phone number, you get paid $25. And you don't even have to get them to buy anything. So hopefully you can understand, and hopefully this is making sense. You identify one problem. In this instance, the problem is, can the pet eat this thing? You create content for that problem, and then you can make money. Do you have an affiliate marketing program? I have a membership where we meet every single month to build your business, every single week, excuse me, to build your business. If you swipe left, it's called Digital Dynasty Builders. And it's a complete membership. The first step of the membership is a 0 to 1K affiliate marketing workbook where I walk you through the process of earning your first $1,000 with affiliate marketing. And then from there, I have other coaching, other step-by-step courses that you can take advantage of. And then, like I said, we meet every single Thursday at 5 o'clock Chicago time, where we dive into your business and we actually help you grow your business. I'll give you keyword ideas. We'll help you where you're struggling. Some people have issues or are struggling with finding a niche. And so we actually will help them not only find a niche, give you some competitors that are already in that niche and help you find keywords. So do I have an affiliate marketing program? Yes and no. It's more of a membership where we're diving deep and I'm working with you almost individually. So hopefully that answers your question. But there's just so many different opportunities out there. So many opportunities to be successful. But the key is that you've got to take the first step, especially in 1K instead of others. Yeah, no, and so let me just address that real quick. McLovin, the first says, thank you, sounds great, especially 1K instead of others say you'll make 10K in 3 days. That's a huge problem for me. When people create content and tell you you'll make your first 10K in 90 days, that doesn't happen for 99% of the people that get started with digital marketing. And it's a bigger problem because people will say, okay, I'm going to do 10K in 90 days. And then when they get halfway through and they haven't done anything, they get frustrated, they give up, and they say it doesn't work. The thing is when you're first getting started, there's so much that you don't know that you're going to be spending time trying to figure out what you don't know. You're going to be spending time trying to find the time to make this work. Okay. And that sounds crazy, but yeah, because you're entering something new into your life, something old has to leave. And people struggle with finding time to make this work. So is it possible to make 10K in 90 days? Yes. 99% of the population that get into digital marketing, that won't happen. It will never happen. You don't know how to create content. You don't have a niche. You don't have so many things. You don't have an affiliate program. You don't have a way to monetize it. There's so many ways. There's so many hurdles and roadblocks to making your first 10K within 90 days that it's just not realistic. And it's unfair to you. What I recommend and what I tell everybody is to set realistic, attainable goals to trick yourself into being successful. Say, hey, I'm going to upload 2 videos, 1 video every single day. Start building that momentum. Okay, 30 days go by and I've uploaded 1 video every single day. Boom, I've already hit my goal. Those videos raise the expectation to a point where it is not realistic for most people. Yes, 99% of the people, and quite frankly, that didn't happen for me. 99% of the people will never hit 10K in 90 days. It's just it's like a buzzword type of thing, a marketing type of thing. And I think it does more harm than good. Now, when I first got started, it was $100 per day. That was like that benchmark. And as we've gone to 2023, it's getting more and more outrageous. People are just throwing out random numbers, 10K in 3 days, 10K in 90 days, which is not realistic. And you set yourself up for failure. You start to get desperate and you start doing and saying things that make your content slightly unethical. And you start, like I said, you start doing and saying things that are slightly unethical, and that can cause other problems down the line. And it creates kind of like this spiral because you're doing unethical things, and you see that it's working or you feel like it's working. It makes you keep doing more unethical things. But you can be really successful in this business, and you don't have to talk about make money. You don't have to high pressure salespeople. You don't have to do high ticket affiliate marketing or digital marketing, whatever they want to call it. You can be successful in regular, everyday, boring things. And I always tell my clients, you have to start with small steps, as you said. Yeah, set small goals. Trick yourself into being successful. I was going to say, I forgot what I was going to say, but anyway, yeah, anybody can do this. Everybody should try this. You just create content, only create content, and then figure out ways to monetize that content. And you can grow and scale and get bigger and better and more advanced over time. The other thing too, I noticed, I have a YouTube channel. I think I have about 77,000 subscribers at this point. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like. It's funny. A lot of people on my YouTube channel, they want this secret hidden trick that nobody knows about. There's no secret hidden trick. The secret hidden trick is just to do the work. It's just to do the work. Most people aren't consistent and persistent enough. They're not willing to show up every day. They say things like, I'm too tired. I don't feel like it. I want to go hang out with my friends and family. The people that are consistent and persistent will be successful. I can't guarantee it, obviously, but they have a much better chance of being successful. Do nothing and nothing will change. Yes, exactly. Do nothing and nothing will change. You have to show up in the very beginning. Show up every day to your business, like it's your job. If you want the success, if you want the benefits that come with internet marketing, digital marketing, making money online, you've got to show up every day in the very beginning. Also, I don't believe in the term passive income. That's another buzzword that's out there. A lot of people talk about passive income. I call it return on investment income, because whatever you put in today, the work that you put in today has the potential to pay you back tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. So if you do nothing today, don't expect a return tomorrow. Put in the work. It's not all going to be unicorns and rainbows. Some of it's going to fail, but you can use that as a learning experience and as an opportunity to grow and be successful. Do you guys have any questions about maybe finding a niche, about whatever it is that you might have questions in? My first blog was in security cameras. I always have the security camera because I did a YouTube video on it. I wrote about it. I always have this right on my desk. My second blog was in microwaves and stand mixers. Time blocking and goal setting are good strategies. Yeah, for me. And what I recommend everybody do is be stubborn about your business. If your time to work is from 8 to midnight, that's your time. Don't allow anything to come in between that. When I first got started and we had twins, that was my time, 8 to midnight. I'd work as much as I could from 8 to midnight, and I was working full time as a software developer. Be stubborn about your business, because nobody's going to care about your business like you will. You might have a significant other. They might care about the business, but no one's going to be passionate about your business more than you are. And so you've got to be stubborn with your business. People are going to want you to go hang out, go get a drink, go do whatever, watch the show, play video games, whatever it is. But your business is your business. And if you're not stubborn about your business, no one else will be. Other things that I've done in order to help me be successful is on my lunch break, I'd make outlines for my YouTube videos and my blog posts. So I would take an hour lunch, 30 minutes I would eat. The other 30 minutes I would be writing outlines. I'd be taking notes. There's time. And it's funny, there's this quote that I think about daily. We make time for the things that we want. And if you really want to be successful online, you will make the time for it. But if you don't want to be successful online, which is okay, I'm not forcing anybody to do it. If you don't want to be successful online, you'll find reasons not to do it. There's a million reasons not to do it, and there's a million reasons to do it. And again, we make time for the things that we want. If you want to be successful online, you'll make time for it. And the people that do are successful. You'll hear a lot of people that say, I tried it and it didn't work. But when you dig deep into it, they were really half-assing it. They would do a little bit here. They would do a little bit there. They would try and find shortcuts. They would do a little bit of copy and paste. They didn't approach it like a business. For example, what business do you know? What brick and mortar business do you know that could start up and automatically be successful in days? None. But they keep putting in the work. They put in work up front with the hope and the expectation that they'll be successful in the back end. Any other questions for me today? But again, this is something anybody can do. As long as you're consistent and persistent, you'll be successful. Oh, the other thing too that nobody will tell you is you're going to lose some friends. You're going to lose some family. Some people aren't going to be around when you get where you want to go because they didn't understand the sacrifice that you made. And their sacrifice, again, when you're trying to start a business, you're making, you have to get rid of old things to make room for this new thing, which is your online business, which is your baby. And some people won't want to be along for the ride. They'll say you've changed, and that's a good thing because you've evolved into something that can help you be successful. Any other questions for me today? Questions, comments, deep thoughts, disagree? So yeah. As for TikTok profiles, do you suggest a different page for different niches? Yes, different page for different niches. Because the people that are interested in basket weaving aren't going to be interested in basketball. And so you're going to have a little bit of mixed messaging there. People are going to be confused. Yeah, not everyone in your life is designed to go to the heights you are going. So a lot of people aren't designed or aren't able to go along for the full ride, and that's okay. You know, you're gonna wake up one day, you're gonna be successful, and you're gonna realize that you lost a few people and you gained a few more. That's the nature of the beast. The people that don't want to grow with you aren't gonna go with you. Ooh, I don't want to start sounding like one of those motivational speakers. I better stop there. Any questions? Makes sense because some niches gain more. Well, yeah, sure. We have to learn to drop the excess baggage. Yes. Yeah. Being an internet entrepreneur is going to be kind of lonely in the beginning. Make sure that you have the right mind frame, because what will happen, and this will be the last thing, being an internet entrepreneur in the very beginning, the odds are stacked against you. A lot of people are hoping that you fail, whether it's your coworkers, whether it's your friends, your family. They want you to fail so you can come back to where they are, crabs in a barrel. And so it's a lonely existence. You're going to spend a lot of time in your head questioning the moves that you make, questioning if this is really working, questioning if you should continue on. But, it's one of those things where if you are consistent and persistent and put your head down and keep working, when you look up, you'll be closer to where you want to be, which is cool. Any other questions for me today? All right. Well, be sure to like, comment, share, follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff if I've helped you out. Thank you very much, guys. And my intention is to go live more often. I just didn't feel like it last week. Success is lonely. Not everyone wants to. Yeah. No, 100%. Yep. Success can be lonely sometimes. It's funny. That's something that I think a lot of people struggle with. Even when you're really successful, you struggle with like, hey, I kind of lonely in this. I'm kind of feeling like I'm doing this by myself. But yeah, I'm going to try. Thank you for your insight. You're welcome, Celeste. Thanks for hopping on. The live streams are always so much better when people communicate and talk back and forth. So I appreciate it. You guys have a great night, and be sure to like this thing if you haven't done so already. You guys have a great night, and we will talk maybe tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. We'll see.